All right, thank you for tuning in. I have many comments to address, but this one just catched my attention, and I decided to address this one today. Maybe some other day I will address other ones that needed to be touched, because most of our problem is the problem of understanding. So one of the comments that is like needed to be touched that I have here is this one that says, "My sister, many cannot call that name Biafra because it is a holy name. The name Biafra pursue devil, and the devil's agent cannot mention it." Can you imagine? Someone told me last time that they were told not to mention that name Biafra again because it is a cursed name. So have you seen why some people cannot mention it? Go on. What a statement. What a thought. Because most of the time now problem is problem of thoughts. What we thought, but it's not a reality. You understand? First of all, I will say that it is not the fault of many for what they were told, but I will say it's their fault because they refuse to kind of give it a second thought, or to reason within themselves, or to ask questions, or to research. I believe that all these things will be a help to it. And most of the time, these people that we are confused, or that we are like abiding with those advice or those instruction, is that same thing that I have been complaining. The problem of belief. When you believe, you don't know, and if knowing is even, you are higher to believing. And when you believe, when you know, it doesn't end there. You haven't understand it very well. When you now extend from that knowing to understanding, then you will not know that you have known that thing at least to some extent of maybe 80 to 90%. Then there is a way that it will reach, even though that nobody is perfect in anything, nobody knows it all, but I would say at least to some extent of 90 something, I can tell you for that one that you have all understand it. Why I will not give it 100% is nobody knows it. Something can come up, but at least you can explain to the last, that is, to any question that might be out of that thing that you all understand. You can answer it. That is when you will like claim to say you have understand, or I prefer to call it or understand. So now in this particular comment, it touched me so much because I was part of. I have been a kind of a victim to it. I have experience that I would share in this video, because when somebody has a kind of experience, it can explain better. So I don't blame people, or I might say, I can say, don't blame people who doesn't understand, but where you blame them is when they refuse to reason within themselves, because I did not fall to it. I was once part of that victim of don't talk about it, or it is not, we don't discuss it. I was part of it, but I have to ask myself some certain questions, because it's not just that you are doing something right and you ask somebody, should you continue with this right that you are doing, without that person understanding it. The person you are asking doesn't know why, what you are doing, or how, maybe how he understands it. Okay, let me take for example, somebody does not like beans and another one cherishes it so much, and you're asking that person that doesn't like beans, should I be enjoying this my beans that I like it so much? What did you expect that person to say? He will tell you that thing is poison. Anytime that I take it, that I start vomiting, I will be having sick. You, that it doesn't give any harm. Even this one is not even enough to explain this here, because it is bigger than this that I'm just giving as an example. But it's part of it. It's just to tell you how, what belief can do to you when you don't know it, when you don't understand it, how low or how dangerous it can be to you. So what am I trying to explain what am I trying to bring in effect? This idea of when you get information from people, or when you want to know something, you are just like, you might ask it to wrong people, or you might know the truth, but because majority are saying this and you don't You don't want to reason with your spirit again. You begin to do it the way others are doing it. It is wrong. And this is the worst thing that is our people are facing in our land. The problem of doing it the way people want, how people are doing it, not the way that is right, but how people are doing it. So now, why are people not mentioning that name? Why is it very difficult for them to call it? I have said that my video where I said people prefer to call it Igbo than to say Biafra. Why? Even though that it is the same, if you call Biafra already as well, it is Igbo, because Igbo and Biafra are the same thing. You cannot call Igbo and you will not be seeing Biafra in it. After all, even during the time of Ojukwu, he did not go for Igbo. He went for Biafra. He declared Biafra then, not Igbo. So why then is people trying to? Okay, that cause is where my attention is, because somebody have said it. Since we have been having problem since we started with this movement. Whenever you mention this name, people will start running away from you. You ask yourself, why are they running? Why are they running? That is what you ask yourself. Because let me tell you, nothing good comes easy. Especially this particular one, you know that the whole world is fighting it. The whole world is against it. Then, did you think that it will be easy that way? You want to make it only Igbo so that it will be easy for you to, when you get it, then you will have more problem later. Why can't you suffer it once and enjoy it forever? You suffer it for long and enjoy it forever than to suffer it shortly, to suffer it, to start the suffering again. No one would ever pray to smile today to start crying tomorrow. You always pray that when you after suffering, that your joy will last permanently. That is my own prayer. I've been saying it, God, anything that will make me that today after smiling, that tomorrow I'll start crying. Let me continue crying till that time, that if it ends, let my joy be permanent. That has always been my earnest prayer. That is that I always I don't joke with it, because I've seen many that have enjoyed and today they are like nobody. It is as in a ukuna mogodo adirommeboto. So when you are a kind of living big, it will be very bad when you start. That is why this thing is very difficult, because people that are gaining from blood, people that are earning from people's blood can never give up so that, because once they give up, the blood stop, then they will start to suffer. Why people will now rise up and they begin to, them that are living in that blood will begin to suffer. So because of that, many of them that are in it cannot allow it. Not only, if you see what is going, if you're inside it, if you are inside this movement, you understand what I'm saying. Because now is the stage of, that is the hardest stage, that when people that you can never believe can do otherwise are doing it today. People that you never know that they are demons. They are now coming out in their masses. But the problem that is there now is those ones that are like people that you thought that are good, people that you thought that they are truthful, people that you thought that they are wise, people that you thought that they are intelligent. All is not what we thought. The reality is showing now, and that's why people will tell you that it's because what made it to be good, because people doesn't want to accept it. Why didn't they want to accept it? Because even that Igbo, they are trying to push you to just get that your little 5 states or these things. After, it will still have problem, because once you don't deal with what is dealing with you, even if you come for it, you still come back to start dealing with you again. Even if it's as if it is okay with you. No, there is no way light and darkness can relate. No. And the worst part of it is that this world that is evil is trying to claim to be good, or this world that is darkness is claimed to be light, and that the one that is light is the one that they call darkness. That is just what I will use to give you an example for this. Because when they tell you that it's cursed, ask them, why is it cursed? Nnamdi Kanu is in dungeon. Our PM Mazi Simon is in dungeon too. Who made them to be? They use our own. After doing evil, they will come out as light to cause evil. they will come out as a light to cause as light to cause the main light, not them, because there are darkness that are coming out like light to cause to fight against the light, the royal light. That is what we are suffering in it. And I understood it when my own happened. When I was like trying to get it, because I wouldn't like to miss heaven, or I wouldn't like to miss my faith, or to lose my God or my faith or heaven. All this is what I was trying to avoid. But when I listened to our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there was a day that I listened to him. That day he captured my mind, and I was forced to ask questions to some of the people that I know that we are my mentor, my spiritual directors, that I am like, let them tell me the truth, because this thing is a necessity. This is a need that when we I kind of put minds together, that we will achieve a great thing in this freedom as a nation, and enjoy those things that we are running out to other people's place to get, that we have in our land. Why are we running to other people's place where we don't have anything, and leave the place where everything is in full, run away from paradise to enjoy in hell? Then how will you feel about this? When I understood it that way, I was worried, and when I asked one of them, what he answered me was that that church doesn't talk about it, that they don't discuss about that, and not only that, that I should be careful with those people. That is how he just mentioned that the church doesn't talk about Biafra. So I wasn't happy over that particular statement. I was like, why? He ended it there. That is just how it is. Did you see what belief can do? Because that is the instruction. When they tell you, do it this way, that's the way of believers. Whether it is wrong or right, they are doing it that way. They will no question, no. And if you add them further, they will ask you, that is on your own, because this is how it is. And there is a lot of questions. That's why when you ask any church people or pastor, they are finding it difficult to come out for debate or for questions, because their master told them never to discuss anything with people who are not in line with their faith. That if you discuss it, you will implicate yourself with God. So they put it in a way that if you don't reason as a wise person, you will think that you are getting it wrong. So that's why I said in one of my write-up that any issue or any idea that cannot be discussed or advised or reasoned with, that cannot have room for that, is evil and demonic. So people should be very, very careful about those kind of a situation that will make you not to have a kind of inner insight, or to reason, or to ask questions, or to discuss. No, it doesn't work that way. I have to ask myself a lot of questions. I said, God, are you a God of lies? Are you a wicked God? I asked God a lot of questions that I did not get any answer. The only answer that came to my mind was that if you know the right thing, you do it. Don't allow anybody to do it. Once you know within your mind that the spirit in you have told you that this is the right thing, do it. After thinking about that one, the next thing that came to my mind was that I have been a gospel preacher. I like to, and that is my passion. I like to preach the word of God. I like to advise people how to live a righteous life, a sincere life, a truthful life. All these things that will make you to go to heaven. That is my hobby. And I have been doing it in most of my platforms. That is what I have been doing. After that day, I was like, when I started asking God all these questions, another thought came to my mind that, do I know that if this nation comes, this Biafra nation comes, that I don't need to preach to anybody the gospel of gospel, that is a Bible gospel. That I don't need to preach anybody about God. I don't need to tell anybody, because everybody must be righteous. Everybody will know the truth. Everybody will be at the right. In fact, you don't need to preach again. Everybody, in fact, that heaven we have been like looking for, you are striving, you are praying. It is the easiest way to go to that heaven is to be sincere in life, be truthful, do the right thing. Don't allow anybody to deceive you, no matter who. Because if it comes in prophecy and all this, I know high prophets that I will tell you within myself, not saying what happened to another person, what I experienced with them. How I will tell you why you should not like rely on anybody. Even me, just mind yourself. Because anybody can make mistake. We are not God. But don't be fooled that when you even see that the person is making mistake, you fall to it. That is where I am getting angry with some people. Because many people have been destroyed by this the thoughts, these thoughts of a thing that is never a reality. So when you see all this kind of thing, you ask yourself some certain questions. Because up to today, I am not happy that church is not talking about it. See today, even though that they see evil that is happening in the land, they can never open their mouth to say anything because they know that their master, that is the law of their master. Our people are the people that the whole world, no, there is no nation that pray more than our people. Yet they are the people that suffers most because they told you that you can only make it in life by suffering, by cross, by difficulties. No one will tell you that no, if there is good government and where things are put in place or in order, that you will not no longer suffer. No, they will not tell you that one. They will say you just to be praying. That go. And when you pray, after praying, you will still meet an occult or evil man that has money that will give you, that will help you, and you will be praying for that occult man to be getting more so that he will continue to help you and you will continue to suffer without knowing it. Why is all these ancestral forces, all this problem here and there that you don't know the reason why it is happening to you? What have you done in their life that anytime that you go to prophet or a prayer place that they will be telling you that there are forces that are full? Why is these forces? This is the reason that what we are suffering to today. It's not about that you are a sincere person, that you are righteous, you are going to church. You are participating in it in one way or the other, knowingly or unknowingly. And 90% of people that are involved in this doesn't know. They were not they were not informed or have any knowledge about what they are involving themselves in. So meanwhile, when the pastor is praying for you, you want to take you to abroad. Somebody will process that your abroad paper to go, and you don't know how the money is going. Maybe you are lucky. So one billionaire come and say, "I will take 10 people in your village to abroad." And they're praying every day. They are booking mass for this person without knowing the means or the area the money is coming from. And today we are still suffering. That is these people that is on top that will tell you not to ask questions. That will tell me now that we are having problem. We used to pay money for people that are having problem in abroad, so that for charity, we pay money for charity. We will give up friend for it. But today we have been having the worst time of our life in our land, and nobody cares to know. Nobody cares to know how they can help our people. Nobody. Till today, we are still suffering. And you don't ask yourself questions. Why is the whole world silent over our people? But when there is problem in other places, they will ask us there is a problem. You will pay for Peter Spence, all these things, second collection, all this. We will gather the money to those people to help them. But no one is coming for us. After all, our leader said that this will be a last miracle on earth. I am seeing it without any bias or without any proof from any prophet to prove for me that this is real that this will be the last miracle on earth. Because as it stands now, a lot is still coming up to fight this movement, to speak against us, you will not have, it started from Nnamdi Kanu. Since the birth or since the takeover of Nnamdi Kanu of this movement, Biafra has suffered violence. And the violent are taking it by force. Since the birth of Nnamdi Kanu, not birth, since the takeover of this freedom journey from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra have suffered violence. And the violence have been taking it, they are taking it by force. The violence among us are taking it by force. That's why a lot of people are now in social media helping to propagate this truth, to make it to be known to people who are confused, who are biased, who are hopeless, who are confused. That is, so many, both old and new, old and young, are there helping to make sure that this God's gift is not taken away from us, because what they want is to eliminate all of us and take our land. So if you are part of the people that are like castigating or confusing people about this movement, you are not helping the matter. And go and ask yourself some questions from this that I have to. Since then is when I stopped everything and focus on this freedom movement. That's why I am no longer posting anything about gospel, about Bible, about I am preaching about this nation until it comes. Once it comes, not only us but the whole world will see the light, because we stand by the truth. We have not invaded any country to kill them or to destroy their properties or anything. We have been a peaceful people. It's other nation that is coming to fight us to destroy our things. But to God be the glory that even in that our little, and even without any things to fight back, God has been fighting our battle. That's why the life of our leader Mazi Nalikan and the Mazi Simon Ekpa is a miracle. You cannot understand. And anybody that put hand to fight this thing that they have brought to this level, that we are already a nation now. Anybody that put hand to fight it, the spirit of Biafra will fight that person, because we have not destroyed anybody's thing or caused any trouble to any other nation. So that's why you need to be careful about this. So people that is finding it difficult to call that, because I use myself to tell you this, then before even I start to understand this, and before the day I listened to him, I wasn't talking about this, to be honest. And I don't like even to hear that name. Even before I asked my spiritual director, before he not tell me that, before even then, I have that hatred because of what I'm hearing from people that they want to cause war. If you know what is war, if you know all these things, people should not be talking, because when you talk about it, you are making it to come. And when it comes, people will just finish us. I don't like to hear that name before. But when I listen to Mazi, I now get to understand that while we are running away from death, we are running into that death unknowingly, without accepting to have that life, thinking that we are running to life, while we don't know that we are running to death. But when we come out to face that death that is pursuing us, we are running to life, knowing fully well that it can either be life or death. But when you think you are running to life without knowing that you are running to death, it's the worst. But when you know that you are running to life, then trying all your possible best to pursue that death that is pursuing you, then will now come the help of God. If you cannot, when you are sincere, he will help you. And definitely the truth must always win. That's why this journey, we have not been consumed. Had it been that God is not with us, I believe me, by now we would have been consumed. But because God's hand is in it, we are still forging ahead strongly. We are moving with speed, and a lot of achievement has been made. So why can't we see that the hands of God is in it, to thank God for what is going on? So without any additional conviction, you will see that God has been doing it, that God has been faithful. And that's the only thing that I will advise anyone that is listening to me till this moment, to tell you that you should congratulate yourself and thank God for being part of this. And I believe it will not be easy at this last time, but after all this rain, surely sun is about to shine, because it's about to be over. We're almost at the end of it. The only thing you need to be doing is to continue correcting those who are not aware of what is going on and who are confused. Because all those people that are keeping quiet without knowing already that they are keeping quiet to their doom is the people that I am kind of pitying. But those ones that are already known the need to do so, your own assignment is to make them to know, because sometimes it's ignorant. But when you are convinced or when you are corrected, you can like change mind to do the needful. But some know, but they decide to be evil. Because I know many are still calling that name, yet they cannot do the right thing. Those ones are the real demon that is confusing the ignorant demons. Because ignorant demons, that's that those ones that we are like trying to clear their mind so that they will know the need to change from that the thought is right, that is wrong. Because when you are doing the right thing in a wrong way, automatically that right has turned to wrong. So that's why you must do it right and right. You must do the right thing in a right way. Once you did not do it that way, that your right have automatically turned from right to wrong. So having listening to this extent, try as much as possible in whatever you are laying your hands, whatever that you are associating with, whatever that you are doing, try to be right, doing it in a right way. That is the only way you can be you can get it, and we can get this our freedom. Without it, any confusion, any distraction, any whatever that you might have, like your thought, it will not help you. And above all, always seek your chi, your spirit, the God in you, to open your eyes, that you might, if you're a truthful person. But if you are a wicked or evil person, you know that everything that comes out of you is evil. But I'm talking to people who are righteous, who are good, who are making mistake unknowingly, that God do, by hearing this my voice, that you have some change, you have changes today, that there will be reason for you to encounter what will make you to begin to reason proper. Because it's not that you are not wise, but you are not intelligent, but you are lacking wisdom. It's not that you are not intelligent, you are very intelligent, but the one thing that is out of your intelligence is wisdom. And that is what you must pray that God will give you, so that in that your thought, you will not fall into a wrong thought, but rather that thought will bring reality to your to bring, that will come to reality, not that thought that will lead you to confusion, or that just a kind of mystery that is not mystery. Because most of the time people will take some things that have answer to be a mystery, and they will just be doing it that way. They will take it to just be like that. Is the problem of believers. So, having and listening to this extent, I still have more to say about it, but let me hold this one, because I have other comments that I want to touch. As you know that there are things as the updates of what we are doing. I might not say much about that, because there are other platforms that still bring things like that, daily updates, that you can be always listening from their own. Though I'm not steady, but I'll be trying my best. We have heard that our leader is not feeling fine. He's not in good state of health, and we are praying that God will touch him, will heal him, that nothing will happen to him by his grace, that we continue to protect him till he's out of that dungeon. As well, our PM, we will continue to pray for him, that God as well will continue to see him through, even as this appeal is ongoing, that after everything, that all glory will be ascribed to his name. Also, to the DPM that is in charge now, that same prayer we are praying for our leader and PM is same prayer we are praying for her, and above all, that her own will be greater, because she's the one that is now handling two difficult cases, and not only that, as well the nation itself, making it three. So we ask God that God will impact in her triple times of the wisdom of Nnamdi Kanu and the Mazi Eba, so that she can carry on with this movement and make it a reality. Already we are seeing the handwork and the result of what she has been doing, and we pray that more will be coming out, and we pray that more men will come to join this movement, that we will reach that we will reach that destination in no distant time. This is our prayer, and this is my prayer, and I believe it will be granted. N'afa Chukwu Okike Abiama. Ise, ise, ise. Thank you till I come your way next time. Bye.